Hey friends, today's story isn't just a vacation gone wrong, it's a descent into obsession, lies, and cold-blooded revenge. Buckle up. Our story opens with a quiet island shore. As the camera zooms in, we see someone lying unconscious on the sand. But before we find out who it is, the scene cuts to a girl named Madison. Madison is a popular Instagram influencer. She travels the world, staying in luxury hotels, visiting exotic resorts, and sharing picture-perfect moments with her followers. This time, by popular demand, she sets off on a trip to Asia, her current stop, Thailand. The trip was planned by her boyfriend Ryan, who was supposed to join her, but due to some last-minute work, he couldn't make it. Once in Thailand, Madison checks into a lavish 5-star hotel. She spends her time shooting photos and videos for her socials, and even does a paid promo for a beauty product. But behind the perfect smiles, something feels off. Her eyes reveal the truth. She's not as happy being alone as her posts might suggest. That night, while sitting alone at the hotel bar, an older man named Rupert approaches her. He tries to make small talk, flirts a little, and even offers to take her to a beautiful spot nearby. But before things go too far, another girl, CW, who had been sitting close by, senses something's wrong. She steps in with a clever excuse and pulls Madison away. The two girls strike up a conversation. CW turns out to be a local tour guide. She assures Madison that Thailand is generally safe. She just needs to stay alert, especially when exploring alone. Madison opens up, saying that being an influencer seems glamorous, but it's not as easy as it looks. Traveling constantly, creating content, it's more exhausting than people think. She also tells CW about Ryan backing out at the last moment. CW, trying to lift her spirits, offers to show her some rare, off-the-map locations most tourists never see. Intrigued, Madison agrees. She knows these hidden gems could earn her tons of engagement and new sponsors. The next morning, before sunrise, CW takes her to a stunning, peaceful spot, the kind of place you only see in dreams. While Madison starts taking photos, she notices CW avoids the camera. Maybe it's because of the birthmark on her face, Madison wonders. Over the next few days, CW takes Madison to more breathtaking spots, introduces her to delicious local food, and soon Madison completely trusts her. They party together, explore together, and for the first time in days, Madison actually feels happy. But then, things take a dark turn. One evening, after returning from another adventure, Madison reaches her hotel room and freezes. Her door is wide open. Inside, the place is a mess. Clothes, bags, everything tossed around. Worse, all her expensive belongings, her money, even her passport, gone. Panicked, she immediately calls CW, who helps her report the theft to the police and even assists in filing a case. The next day, CW hands Madison a passport application form, but there's a problem. The US Embassy says it'll take 2 whole weeks to issue a new one. Madison doesn't have that kind of time. She has urgent shoots lined up back in America. And being stuck here alone, with no ID, no money, and no way out, was never part of the plan. Later that night, Madison calls Ryan to tell him everything. The robbery, the missing passport, and the 2-week wait for a new one. But Ryan doesn't seem too concerned about her situation. Instead, he's more worried about her Instagram account. He coldly says, "If you don't make it back in time for the shoots, how will your account grow?" Madison feels crushed. In a moment when she needs support the most, all he can think about is social media. Frustrated and heartbroken, she mentions breaking up and ends the call. Over the next few days, Madison tries to distract herself by exploring more of Thailand with CW. They visit stunning places, take breathtaking photos, and Madison keeps posting them online. The views are beautiful, the colors vibrant, and CW is always right by her side, helping her with every shot. But oddly enough, CW never lets Madison take a single photo of her. Then one day, CW invites Madison to her home, a quiet forest-side house near the ocean. It's peaceful, remote, almost too perfect. The next morning, CW surprises Madison with an idea, a private trip to an isolated island. Madison loves the idea instantly. CW owns her own boat and knows the area like the back of her hand. And by now, Madison completely trusts her. She doesn't hesitate. Besides, this could be the perfect location for some killer content, maybe even viral. Soon, they set sail, gliding through calm waters until they arrive at a stunning but deserted island. Madison is awestruck. "How did you even find this place?" she asks. But as she looks around, she notices something strange. Scratch marks on a wooden log, like someone had been counting days. She checks her phone. No signal. As night falls, they build a bonfire by the shore. Madison, smiling by the fire, reminisces about old times with her friends, how they used to share ghost stories around a bonfire. If any of them were here now, she thinks, they'd probably tease her that CW brought her here to kill her. CW goes silent for a moment. Then, with a chilling smile, she says, if she ever wanted Madison dead, she wouldn't do the job herself. She'd simply leave her stranded, on an island no one knows about, with no food, no water, and no way out. Madison laughs nervously, thinking it's just a twisted joke. She says she's one of the top influencers, and her disappearance would never go unnoticed. Her followers, she believes, would eventually find her, even here. CW doesn't respond. Instead, she puts on music, dances for a bit, and later the two fall asleep under the stars. But the next morning, everything changes. Before Madison wakes up, CW quietly grabs her bag, gets on her boat, and leaves, just like she said she would. Now, Madison is stranded, alone, on an island no one knows exists. Now begins the most dangerous part of the game. CW starts using Madison's phone to post new photos, stories, and reels on her Instagram account. From the outside, it looks like Madison is alive and active, happily sharing her travel updates with the world. But the truth is far more chilling. CW is now living Madison's life. This wasn't her first time. She had done this before, targeting solo female travelers, gaining their trust, stealing their passports to trap them in the country, and then quietly taking over their identity. For Madison, the plan had been set from the very beginning. Days pass. Madison is still missing, but her followers remain unaware. CW wears her clothes, edits and posts selfies, and even responds to fan messages, all from Madison's account. Meanwhile, Ryan keeps sending messages, growing more and more concerned, but CW ignores them completely. She even increases Madison's credit card limit to spend more freely, without raising suspicion. After living as Madison for a while, CW begins preparing for her next target. Through a bit of research, she discovers another solo traveler named Jessica, an influencer currently exploring Thailand alone. CW sets her plan into motion once again. She starts by following Jessica on Instagram and joins one of her travel groups. To her surprise, she learns that Jessica has booked the same hotel where CW is staying. That evening, she casually approaches her, strikes up a friendly conversation, and begins earning her trust. Just like before, she repeats the story, claiming she came here with her boyfriend, who backed out last minute, leaving her alone in a rented mansion by the sea. Jessica believes her without question. The next day, while Jessica is busy with a beach photo shoot, CW quietly sneaks into her bag and steals the room key card. By nightfall, she executes the same plan, stealing Jessica's money, clothes, and passport, leaving her stranded and helpless. When Jessica returns and finds everything gone, she immediately calls CW asking for help. The next day, CW takes Jessica to the mansion, the same one she had previously claimed was hers and Madison's. But this time, something unexpected happens. Inside the mansion, Ryan is already there. He had flown in to surprise Madison and had prepared a special welcome at the property. Since the mansion was officially registered in Madison's name, and Ryan had been the one paying the rent, he also had full access to it. As soon as CW sees Ryan at the mansion, she's caught off guard. But she quickly covers it up, claiming to be Madison's close friend and saying Madison had invited her to stay there. Ryan is confused, but for now, he believes her. Still, CW starts to panic. With Ryan staying in the mansion, there's a real risk that Madison's secret could be exposed at any moment. So the next morning, she sets a new trap. Using advanced AI voice technology, she makes a call to Ryan from Madison's number. The voice on the call sounds exactly like Madison, cold and distant. It tells Ryan that their relationship is over and that he should leave immediately. But something feels off. The sudden shift in Madison's behavior doesn't sit right with him. Deep down, he refuses to believe she would end things like this without even facing him. So Ryan decides to stay. He makes up his mind that he won't leave until Madison shows up herself and explains everything clearly. What he doesn't realize is that this decision is about to make things far more complicated for CW. Later, at Jessica's suggestion, the three of them head out to explore some nearby scenic spots. While Jessica poses for photos, Ryan casually mentions that Madison is also an influencer, just like her. He explains how all of Madison's documents were stolen at a hotel, and how CW stepped in to help and brought her here to the mansion. As Jessica listens, something doesn't feel right. That story sounds eerily familiar, almost identical to what just happened to her. Suspicion starts creeping in. That evening, they attend a party together, but Jessica stays alert. Quietly, she begins looking into CW's details and eventually decides to send a private message to Madison's Instagram account, hoping to talk directly to her. But the phone, of course, is still with CW. The moment CW sees the message, alarm bells go off. She knows Jessica is getting too close to the truth. Realizing she needs to act fast, Jessica makes a plan. Without telling anyone, she slips out of the party and decides to leave the mansion before it's too late. But CW already knows. She leaves the party immediately and rushes back to the mansion, determined to stop Jessica from escaping, because if Jessica makes it out, she'll go straight to the police, and everything will be exposed. Back at the mansion, she notices Jessica packing her bags in a hurry. Concerned, she tries to stop her, asking why she's suddenly leaving. But Jessica brushes her off. She says this place feels off, and even more so, she feels off. Jessica admits she doesn't know what really happened with Madison, but warns her whatever she did back then won't work on her. The tension quickly builds, and the argument escalates. As Jessica turns to leave, she's suddenly attacked. Her head is slammed into the wall, leaving her badly injured. Still clinging to life, she tries to crawl away, but before she can escape, her neck is snapped, coldly, with the heel of a shoe. Her lifeless body is stuffed into a suitcase. The blood smeared on the floor is quickly wiped clean. Just then, Ryan returns and walks straight to his room, unaware of what just happened. Meanwhile, she begins plotting again. This time, her next target is Ryan. Later that night, she quietly grabs a knife and makes her way toward his room. But just then, her phone buzzes with the notification. Ryan had posted a photo with a caption that mentioned a great day with Jessica and Madison's strange friend, and he tagged them both. The worst part? CW's reflection is clearly visible in the background. Now, before anyone notices, she must delete that post at all costs. The next morning, over breakfast, she casually lies, telling Ryan that Jessica went back home. While eating, Ryan checks Madison's social media. There, he sees a picture of her with another guy, looking way too close. It hits him hard. Their breakup now looks official, but the truth? That photo was fake. She had edited and uploaded it herself to make sure Ryan believed Madison was gone for good. She uses this vulnerable moment to get closer to him emotionally. She tells him maybe Madison was never right for him. After all, he came all this way for her, and she didn't even care enough to respond. While scrolling through Madison's profile, Ryan notices the poor quality of her recent posts and the dropping follower count. He mutters how he was the one who saw her potential and helped turn her into an influencer. Later, at a club, while drinking together, Ryan offers to do the same for her. He says her unique birthmark could make her beloved by followers, but she dodges the offer and, instead, slips sleeping pills into his drink, playing it cool the whole time. As the drugs kick in, she carefully takes him back to the mansion. Once there, she slyly unlocks his phone and deletes all the photos. Then, slipping off her dress, she lies next to him, setting the stage to make it seem like something happened between them. The next morning, Ryan wakes up and finds her sleeping beside him. He's stunned, but no matter how hard he tries, he can't remember a thing from the night before. Later that day, as Ryan prepares to leave, she walks him to the station. As soon as she returns, she burns all of Madison's clothes, documents, even her passport, erasing every trace of her existence, except for her diary, where she had written down all her special moments. Something about it felt too beautiful to destroy. The story now shifts into a flashback, revealing how Ryan and Madison first met, and how Ryan played a major role in promoting her, helping her rise to fame as a popular influencer. Then, we jump back to the present. Ryan cancels his return trip and tries to track her down using the last photo Madison posted. From that image, he manages to figure out the name of the hotel and rushes there. But when he shows her picture to the hotel staff, none of them seem to recognize her. This leaves Ryan completely confused. Just then, the same old man named Rupert, who had earlier met Madison, approaches Ryan and starts a conversation. When Ryan shows him Madison's photo, Rupert recognizes her instantly. He explains that after staying there for 2 days, Madison's room was robbed. After that, she left with a girl who had a noticeable black birthmark on her face. But something doesn't add up. Rupert glances at the photo again and points out a strange detail. If this image was posted 2 days ago, it couldn't be real because it was raining in Thailand that day. Yet in the picture, the sky looks perfectly clear. This clue hits Ryan hard. Something's definitely wrong. He starts digging deeper, going through all of Madison's recent posts, photos and videos shared after the alleged robbery. When he removes a beauty filter from one of the videos, the truth comes crashing in. It's not Madison in the clip, it's CW. Ryan is stunned. Now he's sure Madison is in serious danger. He races to the mansion and carefully sneaks inside. But the place seems empty. All he finds is CW's bag. Inside it, he discovers Madison's diary, and in it, he reads something about an island and a boat. Before he can leave, CW returns. Ryan quickly attacks her from behind and ties her to a chair. But even now, CW keeps playing mind games. She warns him that if he calls the police, he'll get arrested too, because she already sent suspicious messages to Madison using his phone. If the cops see them, they'll think Ryan was abusive, and Madison ran away to escape him. Furious but controlled, Ryan pulls out a knife and demands to know what she did to his girlfriend. But CW isn't just any girl. She's smart, manipulative, and dangerous. Calmly, she says she didn't do anything to Madison, and if Ryan wants, she can still take him to her. Later, she walks Ryan to the boat. He has no idea where she's taking him. But the moment she finds the chance, she suddenly attacks him, dragging him underwater and stabbing him to death with the same knife. She then places his body in the boat, covers it with cloth, and calmly returns to the room. There, using Madison's ID, she makes a fake post accusing Ryan of abusing her, calling him a terrible person. By morning, Madison's fans flood the post with angry comments, some saying that guys like Ryan deserve to drown. Next, CW takes the boat back to that remote island to dispose of Ryan and Jessica's bodies. But the moment she arrives, she's shocked. Freshly burned wood lies nearby, and a fish is still hanging over a stick, as if someone was just cooking. She even spots scratch marks on a wooden log. Madison had carved them in to count the days, and that can only mean one thing. Madison might still be alive. She grabs a shovel and starts searching the entire island. Eventually, she stumbles upon 2 graves. She wonders, who could they belong to? And right then, Madison appears from behind and knocks her out cold. When we see Madison now, it's clear she's been through hell. Her condition has worsened after surviving on the island for days. She drags herself onto the boat and begins to leave. But just then, CW regains consciousness. She runs to the shore, watching Madison sail away. Surprisingly, she doesn't scream or panic. Instead, she laughs like a true psycho. Deep down, she knows she's going to die, just like the others she killed before. And this time, no one's coming to save her. Meanwhile, Madison keeps going, without even looking back once. And with that haunting twist, the story comes to an end. If you enjoyed this twisted ride, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more creepy tales. Until next time, stay safe and trust no one.